1962. The Cold War grips the world. Tensions simmer between the United States and Cuba, a communist nation just 90 miles off the coast of Florida. Amidst this volatile backdrop, a shocking plan emerges from the depths of the Pentagon Operation Northwoods. This top-secret document, drafted by the Joint Chiefs of Staff, outlined a series of horrifying proposals designed to manipulate public opinion in favor of military intervention in Cuba. The plan was chilling in its audacity, its cold-blooded calculation. Operation Northwoods contemplated a campaign of terror against American citizens on U.S. soil. It proposed a wave of false flag attacks, acts of violence deliberately blamed on the Cuban government to justify a full-scale invasion. The very idea of attacking its own people, of orchestrating bloodshed to manufacture consent for war, revealed a chilling ruthlessness within the heart of the American military establishment. The details of Operation Northwoods, once revealed, sent shockwaves through the nation. The plan recommended a litany of horrific acts, each more audacious than the last. One proposal involved sinking a boatload of Cuban refugees fleeing to Florida, creating a tragic spectacle of death and despair that could be blamed on Castro's regime. Another suggested staging attacks on U.S. military bases in Guantanamo Bay, complete with fake casualties and fabricated evidence of Cuban involvement. The plan even considered a more elaborate scheme to create the illusion of a Cuban air attack on a civilian airliner. The document coldly calculated the casualties, the impact on public opinion, the justification for war. These chilling proposals, thankfully never enacted, exposed a terrifying willingness within elements of the U.S. government to manipulate its own people through fear and deception. The very existence of Operation Northwoods cast a long shadow over the Cold War era. President John F. Kennedy, to his credit, recognized the moral abyss that Operation Northwoods represented. This was a plan so dark, so insidious, that it threatened to undermine the very principles upon which America was founded. He flatly rejected the plan, recognizing its inherent evil and the devastating consequences it would have on America's soul. Kennedy understood that to endorse such a scheme would be to betray the trust of the American people and to compromise the nation's integrity. Kennedy's refusal to consider such a plan speaks volumes about his character and his commitment to peace. His decision was not just a political maneuver, but a profound moral stance, reflecting his deep-seated belief in justice and humanity. He saw through the cynical calculations of the Joint Chiefs, understanding that the ends could never justify such monstrous means. The proposed actions were not justifiable under any circumstances, and Kennedy's insight into this was a testament to his wisdom and foresight. However, the very existence of Operation Northwoods and Kennedy's principled stand against it remained shrouded in secrecy for decades. The American public was kept in the dark, unaware of the moral crisis that had been averted. The document, a testament to a dark chapter in American history, was hidden from public view, its explosive contents unknown. It was a chilling reminder of how close the nation had come to compromising its core values. The suppression of this document fueled a growing distrust of the government, a sense that powerful forces operated in the shadows, capable of unthinkable acts. This secrecy bred suspicion and fear, eroding the public's faith in their leaders. The specter of Operation Northwoods haunted the American psyche, a chilling reminder of the potential for government overreach. It served as a stark warning of what could happen when power is unchecked and moral boundaries are crossed. Kennedy's rejection of the plan was a pivotal moment, a defining act of leadership that reaffirmed the nation's commitment to ethical governance. It was a decision that underscored the importance of moral courage in the face of overwhelming pressure. The legacy of this decision is a reminder that true leadership is not just about making the easy choices, but about standing firm in the face of moral dilemmas. Kennedy's stand against Operation Northwoods remains a powerful example of integrity and principle in American history. As we reflect on this dark chapter, we are reminded of the importance of transparency and accountability in government. The story of Operation Northwoods is a cautionary tale, urging us to remain vigilant and to hold our leaders to the highest ethical standards. In the end, Kennedy's rejection of the unthinkable was not just a moment of political defiance, but a profound affirmation of the values that define America. It is a legacy that continues to inspire and challenge us to this day. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963 cast a long shadow over American history, forever altering the nation's innocence. It was a moment that shattered the collective psyche of the American people, leaving an indelible mark on the nation's consciousness. The official narrative that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone failed to satisfy many, leaving a void quickly filled by conspiracy theories. The idea that a lone gunman could so easily alter the course of history seemed implausible to a public already grappling with the complexities of the Cold War and civil rights movements. One enduring theory centers on the concept of the deep state, a shadowy network of powerful individuals operating behind the scenes, manipulating events to serve their own interests. This theory suggests that there are layers of government and influence that operate independently of elected officials, pulling the strings from the shadows. Proponents of this theory believe Kennedy's assassination was orchestrated by elements within this unelected power structure. They argue that Kennedy's progressive policies and his vision for a more transparent government threatened the status quo, making him a target for those who thrived in secrecy and manipulation. They point to Kennedy's clashes with the CIA, an agency that had grown increasingly powerful and autonomous. Kennedy's dissatisfaction with the CIA's handling of the Bay of Pigs invasion and his subsequent efforts to curtail their influence are often cited as key factors in this theory. His attempts to curtail the power of the military-industrial complex, a term he himself popularized, further fueled suspicions. Kennedy's vision of reducing military expenditures and shifting focus towards peaceful resolutions was seen as a direct threat to those who profited from perpetual conflict. Additionally, his efforts to de-escalate the Cold War, including his famous American University speech advocating for peace and mutual understanding, were seen as radical departures from the aggressive stance that had defined U.S. foreign policy. These actions, proponents argue, made him a target for those invested in maintaining the status quo of tension and hostility. The deep state, according to this theory, saw Kennedy as a threat to their power and influence. His vision for a more open and accountable government was in direct opposition to the clandestine operations and unchecked power that defined their existence. While evidence supporting a deep state conspiracy in Kennedy's assassination remains elusive, the very existence of such theories speaks to a deep-seated distrust of government and a belief that powerful forces operate outside the bounds of public scrutiny. This distrust has only grown over the decades, fueled by subsequent events and revelations that have shown the extent to which government agencies can operate in secrecy. The Kennedy assassination remains a focal point for these suspicions, a symbol of the potential for unseen forces to shape the course of history. The assassination of JFK spawned a cottage industry of conspiracy theories, each more intricate and compelling than the last. Each theory attempts to unravel the truth behind that fateful day in Dallas, weaving a complex web of intrigue and suspicion. Theories abound, implicating everyone from the Mafia to the Soviet Union, each with its own set of motives and opportunities. From Fidel Castro, who had his own reasons to despise Kennedy, to Lyndon B. Johnson, who some believe had the most to gain from Kennedy's demise. Some believe Kennedy's death was a coup d'etat, orchestrated by elements within his own government, angered by his policies and his vision for the future. Others point to his pursuit of peace with the Soviet Union, a move that threatened the status quo of the Cold War era, arguing that powerful forces within the military-industrial complex, fearing a loss of power and profit, silenced him to maintain their grip on the nation's defense agenda. These theories suggest that Kennedy's vision of a peaceful world was a direct threat to the interests of those who thrived on conflict and war. Theories swirl around the grassy knoll, the magic bullet, and the possibility of multiple shooters, each adding layers of mystery to the case. The mysterious deaths of key witnesses further fueled the speculation, leading many to believe in a cover-up of epic proportions. Each new piece of evidence, each new revelation, seemed to contradict the official story, adding to the growing sense of doubt. Each discrepancy in the official narrative, each inconsistency in the Warren Commission's report, only served to deepen the public's mistrust. These inconsistencies fueled the fires of speculation, leading to endless debates and discussions among conspiracy theorists and historians alike. Casting further doubt on the official explanation of events, these theories have persisted, evolving over time as new information comes to light. The persistence of these conspiracy theories even decades later speaks to the enduring power of the unknown and the human desire to uncover hidden truths. It speaks to the power of the unknown, the allure of mystery, and the human need to find meaning in chaos, to make sense of the seemingly senseless. The human psyche craves explanations, especially for events as traumatic and world-changing as the assassination of a beloved leader. These theories also reflect a deep-seated mistrust of authority, a skepticism that has only grown over the years as people question the motives of those in power. A belief that powerful forces operate in the shadows, manipulating events to their own advantage, has become a common thread in many conspiracy theories. The idea that history is shaped not by chance, but by the deliberate actions of unseen hands, continues to captivate the imagination of many. In the age of the internet, these theories have found new life, spreading rapidly through social media and online forums, reaching a global audience. The digital age has made it easier than ever to share and propagate these ideas, creating communities of like-minded individuals who seek to uncover the real truth. Despite numerous investigations and expert analyses, the questions surrounding JFK's assassination remain a testament to the enduring power of conspiracy theories. The search for truth continues, driven by a collective desire to resolve one of history's greatest mysteries, to finally answer the questions that have haunted us for decades. As we look back on the legacy of JFK, the impact of his assassination on history, and the enduring questions it raises, we are reminded of the power of the unknown and the human quest for understanding.